All right, so check this out. Kentucky 31, known as K31. Just super undesirable in this cool season lawn. I've done a ton of videos here recently. Bent grass removal, aeration, dethatching, overseeding, reseeding projects, soil compaction, and I've noticed, I haven't cut this section in about 3 weeks, but you can kind of see how much this Kentucky 31 just stands out, right? Just looks like a bad, messy hair day. Look at that. Very coarse, rigid. And I'm gonna get closer and zoom in to show you some of the identifying features on this as well. But you can kind of see how it's just good for pastures, you know, freeway medians, things like that. But drought resistant and maybe brown patch resistant as well. However, it just looks terrible. Lots of blends of grasses in this old lawn. So I want to rip it up eventually. It'd be nice to redo the whole section, right? But that's not always the case. So now we're in the backyard, right? This section here is terrible. I've got a lot of issues here. Poor soil structure. Grass doesn't grow very well here. It's compacted. It's sloping. It floods sometimes, especially with heavy rains, more in the spring. It's not as bad as it used to be. I did take some measures to, you know, manage it the best I could. But I've got some Poa trivialis back here on this side. You can kind of see some of the lime green colored sections. So that'll pull up easily. Some bent grass. And I've got a lot of small clumping fescue patches in here. Darker green than the Kentucky 31. And this stuff doesn't grow nearly as tall. But a lot of similar features. It's a fescue, right? But I love pulling this stuff up. Super satisfying. Eventually, it'd be nice to redo this whole area. But for right now, kind of stuck with what I have. Okay, so I want to show you over here, this section here, I just overseeded it nice and thick and green over here and fertilized recently. So some more videos on that. But right here is a perfect example of some of the Kentucky 31 blends right in the grass. So real messy, it just grows straight up. And I'm gonna get closer to it so you can kind of see a little bit more what I'm dealing with. But I got some more clumping fescues in here, bent grass. This section is just terrible. I got to redo this whole area. However, it's not going to happen anytime soon. Okay, so I ripped up this Kentucky 31, right? And I want to show you some characteristics and just get a closer look at this. So it's more prominent looking in the lawn. It really stands out, especially if you let your grass grow for a while. You can notice a difference in how much faster and taller this stuff grows. But as we get a closer look, this stuff is lighter green in color versus some of the modern fescues, like I just showed, even the turf type clumping fescues that I just showed you were a little bit darker. These have wide blades and a coarse texture. Now the actual leaf blades itself, they're very serrated, very rough and serrated, and they are wide. You can kind of see some of the prominent veins in there. Now, as far as the vernation on it, so if I pull this apart, well, actually, before I do that, before I forget, you can see some of the color, the purplish color here. That's a good indicator at the base. It's hard to tell, there's a little bit, but that's a good indicator of this Kentucky 31 as well. I'm gonna pull apart some of this so you can kind of see a little bit closer look. So it's got the auricles. They're kind of hard to tell, but they're small, almost like a claw-like. You can really tell. You can kind of see a little bit right there. Right? It's got a continuous collar, and I already said the purplish at the base, but look at this. You can pull this apart very easily. A lot of these grasses are just very similar as far as their characteristics. You can see how it's just real thick right here. And this is obviously more of a drought resistant type of grass. Real thick, high quality, right? When it comes to being durable over time. But there's some of your purplish that you're gonna see. And on one side you can see the prominent vein there, and on the other side as well. And it just grows taller. A lot taller. It's going to be, that's really the main characteristic when it comes to identifying this. But patchy, uneven, it's just undesirable. Nobody wants this crap in their lawn. Unless you have a Kentucky 31 lawn and you're just reseeding with the same stuff, then it's fine, right? But it just grows in very distinct, isolated clumps, and it's not really fun to deal with. So eventually I'm going to be pulling this stuff up. But until then, that's kind of what we're working with. So that's it for now. Stay tuned for more videos. We will see you next time. Please be sure to like and subscribe. See you soon.